What if you could generate 600 leads in less than 2 weeks? What if you could generate 1,000 leads in 2 weeks? Would you love that? Hey, it's your girl Sherry Somerville, and welcome to Monetize Your Influence, because we're talking about how to generate 100+ leads or more. That's what we're talking about. How to add 100 new leads to your email list in less than 30 days. That's what we're talking about today. So get excited, because this is going to be like a masterclass. Okay, get ready. And I really want to talk about this because this is one of the number one question I get. The number one question I get is, how do I generate these leads? And then the second one I get is, what do I say to get these leads? So I'm going to tell you how to generate these leads. And if you want to know what to say to get to these leads, make sure you join me on my How to Get People to Say Yes to You Masterclass. That is happening on Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's somewhere in the show notes, or go to sherrymasterclass.com. Again, sherrymasterclass.com to get that, what to say to generate these leads. But in this episode, we're going to be talking about, like, literally, how do I get 100+ leads to my email list in less than 30 days? Now, why would you need 100+ leads? Because leads are the bloodline of your business. And how do I know this? Is because I made the mistake of not taking leads seriously. Yes, you heard that right. I made the mistakes of not taking leads seriously. I can recall hosting a challenge. So my strategy for years was growing my business using challenges. How do I know? Because I wrote a book called, shameless plug, The Challenge Code. My book that I wrote, literally wrote a book about how to use challenges to grow your business. And I remember literally hosting the challenge once a month for 2 years straight. And when I was hosting this challenge, I realized my challenge attendees got less and less. And I remember talking to Myron Golden about this, and he was like, Sherry, you are saturating, you are using up your audience. Your audience are getting less and less because they've been to your challenges before. So you need to fill up your pipeline of people who are coming to challenge. Of course, like anybody else, or cognitive dissonance. If you go to my episode number 10, I talk about cognitive dissonance. Don't listen, right? And I just kept doing challenges. And then my last challenge I did was 5 people showed up. That's when I know I had a lead problem, like literally. So I realized it wasn't my content. My content always convert. My challenge was converting. So it wasn't the strategy of what I teach in the content. I needed bodies to teach the content too. So I realized quickly I had a lead problem, right? So you can have the best content to teach people, but if you don't have people to teach it to, there is a problem there. And you have to really understand that lead is the bloodline of your business. And the gurus are going to tell you that, oh, building an email list, or some gurus may tell you that email marketing is dead, but don't believe them, because I can tell you from my own experience that email marketing is not dead. It is so important that it's even vital right now to stay in touch with your customers, your clients, and even your prospects. So don't believe the naysayers when say email marketing is alive and well. I'm going to go walk you through some strategies for adding new emails to your list in the next 30 days. And I highly recommend you complete all of them. And I've kind of crafted these so that you can go through each step to build upon the next one. And again, this is like a masterclass, because in this episode, I'm going to be really diving in about 5 ways to build that email list with great buyer people, with people who are interested in what you have to offer. I'm going to be going through that with you. So stay tuned for that, because I really think that I don't want what happened to me happen to you. I I learned my lesson the hard way, and I don't want you to go through that. I had to literally, like, okay, I had to stop, reset. I had to start over, building my email list. And I don't want that for you as well. I'm going to pull up my notes right now, and because I don't want you to miss anything that I was talking about when it comes to building my email list, building my pipeline, making sure that I am staying in the know when it comes to my business. Because one of the things that I know that I wish someone tell me is how to do that. And I didn't have that at that time. All right. So why build an email list? Because it's the bloodline of your business. That's why you hear people buy leads so much. They keep buying leads. They're literally always buying leads, buying third party leads all the time. I've been in the insurance space for a long time, and I would hear people says, "Hey, one of the biggest thing that costs them the most is having to keep buying leads." Because they just didn't have the money to keep buying leads, right? So again, clearly leads is so important because that's where you get your referrals. That's where you get to talk to people. And once you get a lead, you keep marketing to them until life happens or until they say, stop marketing to me, right? So some way, somehow, you can get a lead today. And yes, they may not buy from you today, but you keep staying in front of them. Eventually, the life will get better for them or life change for them to where they want what you have today or next week or next year. It doesn't matter, but not because they're not buying for you today, that doesn't mean that they're not going to want to buy from you a year or even 3 months from now. You just never know. So that's why it's so important to know how to generate leads to your business. So the 5 ways I'm going to be introducing to you, the 5 concepts that I'm going to be sharing with you, I want you to grab your Diva notebook. I want you to have your pen. Some of them can be used in paid and some of them can be used in organic. That's up to you. It doesn't matter. But I want to share them with you because all of these concepts I have done. Right? All of these concepts I have done. If you're tuning in on my podcast, I'm also going to be streaming this on YouTube. So if you want to go over to YouTube and watch, because I'm also going to be using my whiteboard, I'm also going to have it there as well. So whatever floats your boat, baby. Whatever floats your boat. Whatever works well for you. But I just want to let you know that one thing you need to attract your new leads is don't even try to overthink it. So wishful thinking that when I hear people that spend so much time that your website visitors will always remember your URL once they leave your website. It's not about how you market your business. It's how frequently how frequently have you walked into a room and forgotten why, right? With all the internet distraction, do not rely on people to remember you. Instead, give those website visitors a reason to leave their email address. When you leave their email address with you to stay in touch. Once they grant you permission to contact them again, you can customize your offer and make more sales. The more you stay in touch with your email list, the more your audience will know, like, and trust you, thereby increasing your sale and overall revenue. And first, sign up with an email marketer provider. Right? So before we even get in about how to build leads, you need an email list provider. And one of the ones, I want to drop the ones that I go with. I use SalesFlow. It's a white label. Let's go high level. I'm going to drop my SalesFlow below. So I'm going to drop what my tools that I use is SalesFlow. Love it dearly. I love SalesFlow because it's a female-owned business. And I love SalesFlow because again, it's white label, go high level, but I love how female friendly it is. And matter of fact, I have a virtual selling 7-figure challenge that's coming up, and I'm going to bring the owner of SalesFlow because she's the one that teach me systems, and she's the owner of SalesFlow, and she's the one that also teach me how to create systems in my business, how to use funnels, how to use automation. So who else best to teach me than somebody who runs a system business? Shout out to Dawn Mars. She's going to be one of my guest speaker at my virtual selling 7-figure challenge. So I'm going to be definitely dropping SalesFlow below. So with Gmail or Yahoo Mail isn't a professional look. And those platforms won't allow you to email many hundreds or thousands of people at once. So instead, you become known as a spammer and your email account may become disabled. So research email provider that allow tagging and look at their autoresponder option. So tagging, when I said tagging, I'm talking about tagging as in some of you are, so when you're in my email list, you're segmented. So I have you as maybe based on how you opt in, you may be opting for a lead magnet that I'm about to give you, like this class that I'm teaching right now. I call this a master class, right? I'm going to be giving you a list of different things that I use to generate 100 plus leads in less than 30 days. I'm going to be giving you this particular planner. So if you're driving and you're listening to me and you say, I can't get a planner, that's great. That's okay. I'm going to leave it in the show notes. The planner of how to add 100 plus new subscriber to your list in 30 days. I'm going to give this to you away for free because if you're driving, I know you probably can't take notes as much. So I'm going to give that to you and you're going to opt in, and that's going to be on our sales flow system. See how I'm just giving you everything away here. So I recommend that, and then you'll be on that tagging. That's what that is for the people who don't know. So if you're on this tag onto this lead magnet, somebody else may come in from my Facebook group and they're on another tag. So you just separate what tag you're on and keep it so organized. Okay. So if you offer array of services or program, you can tag a customer based on what they purchase or which opt-in they claim. The email marketing, I again recommend for anyone. Financial professional is, again, go high level, which is white label for me as sales flow. So you can send me an email at info@itsherry to request it, and I'll send you the link. But I'm also going to drop it here in the show notes as well. And the autoresponder allow you to schedule a pre-written emails. I went to an event, and at the event, I went to a podcast. I was invited to speak on a podcast, and it was an insurance podcast. I'm always in the insurance and financial space. And the gentleman said, I love your emails. Like, he said, I'm not a female, but I feel like you're always talking to me on your emails. Like, you know my pain so well. Like, you just speak directly to my heart. And he's like, he said, I know you're not at home writing those emails. I know those emails were already pre-written, and they are, right? They're scheduled pre-written emails, but every email, that is not ChatGTP. Let me just put that disclaimer out there. I embody and believe in what I write so much that I write it. Yes, I will have ChatGTP correct my writing as far as grammar and all that stuff, but they may say it better, but I write it first before they write it. I am big on writing out my thoughts first, and then they may just correct it and say, oh, say it in this way, but trust and believe. If you're listening to this, my email came from me. So an autoresponder allow you to schedule your pre-written emails to be delivered at a certain intervals. So we have our how to get people to say yes to You Masterclass that's coming up. And we have autoresponder emails that are reminding people to sign up, reminding people to attend. And they may be reminding you right now, you may be getting emails from us reminding you that we have the masterclass on Tuesday for you to come to the masterclass. So it may be reminding you that's why you, before you even generate leads, do you have a system? Do you have a sales flow system? That's the first thing that you need before we get into how to generate leads. I told you this was a masterclass. I didn't know if you were ready for this, right? So you need an autoresponder to be able to deliver those intervals. This option especially is useful if you want to follow up with your prospect after a conversation. Right? If you want to follow up with them. So they get on your email list and okay, now they're on the email list. There's so many y'all tell me, Sherry, I have an email. They're sitting on my email list and I haven't talked to them in years. Why? Why not? Because after you've signed up, it's time to brainstorm your opt-in offer. What value can you offer to people before they hand over their email? Take some time to think this offer through, because simply saying sign up for my newsletter or get my updates are not enough to warrant an interest in joining. So, and here's another thing too. I tell my clients this all the time. in order to get people on your email list, because the people on your email list, they're considered leads. In order to get them on your email list, they have to be interested in what you offer. And unless you Amy Porterfield or Tony Robbins or Lisa Nichols, who are well known in these thought industry, nobody's just saying, handing over your email. That you have to be known. If you're the Beyonce or whatever in the industry, you can have a newsletter. But what do you have of interest? One of the planner that does very well for me from a lead magnet standpoint that get people in is this planner of how to add 100 plus new subscriber to your email list in 30 days. That one does super well, super well, because people want to know how to do it. They're not buying me, they're buying what the actual planners do. So what do you have? Brainstorm, what do you have that you can give to people so they can say, again, yes to getting on your email list so they can become a lead. You need to attract the right people to your list. So customize your offer to the type of person that you want to serve. I want to say this again because we can't just be out here making a lead magnet that is not fit into your target audience, right? So if I am a travel agent that specializes in helping weddings, doing weddings in Jamaica, but people want to go to Dubai, I'm not going to make a Dubai lead magnet. I'm going to talk about the different wedding venues that are in Jamaica for couples that are getting married. Right? So I'm not going to talk about the different places in Dubai to visit. I'm going to talk about different wedding venues in Jamaica to visit. So it has to make sense, right? And then if they're interested in the wedding venues in Jamaica, clearly they have a wedding coming up, right? So then it makes sense for me to reach out to them and say, hey, when is your wedding coming up? I'm a travel agent. I can help you with that. Do you see? You see how it go hand in hand? It's like it's building on each other. So you have to make sure your offer is leading to your next thing that you are doing. You have to make sure that's leading to the next thing. So most important thing about how you can solve a specific problem with a short piece of content and provide your ideal client with a quick win. So most frequently, these offers are in the form of an ebook, but you can certainly offer audio, a checklist, a template. More importantly than your form is the solution you're offering. So it doesn't matter if it's a checklist or ebook. It matters is what is the solution? What is the content inside of it that you're offering? Like when you give me these venues that are in Jamaica that can help me with my wedding, you're saving me time in having to look these venues up myself if I'm not familiar with those places, if you're a travel agent. You see how that helpful that is? That's saving them time, and matter of fact, probably saving them money too. So the content is just time saving for someone who's getting married. So the solution is more important as well. So identify your audience struggle, and you're going to supply them with 3 to 5 tips for resolving that struggle, and you'll attract subscribers who are hungry for that solution. Keep in mind, you're not just giving away all your trade secrets. Your 3 to 5 tips are simple glimpse of what you have to offer. It's a way to bring new people into your circle and your influence to wow them. That's the key word, wow them into a program or into your private coaching or into your calendar or into your expertise, right? So you want to really brainstorm a killer opt-in offer. More than likely, this opt-in offer may be for free or a low-cost offer. So if we're talking about where we really want to get people to know the front end of your funnel. So one of the things we're talking about right now is we're talking about how to generate leads, right? And if we're looking at a funnel, what is the thing that you're going to offer that is going to get the person to pique their interest that you can give away to get them to come in to your next thing? So, but it has to make sense with the first thing. It has to make sense. So in this case, what I used before was a travel agent. So let me give you another example with a real estate agent. So a real estate agent would say something like, okay, if somebody's trying to buy a new home buyer, a opt-in offer that he or she may have, she would probably offer a checklist, right? And on that checklist would be all the different steps a new home buyer would need to do in order to claim their new home. So step one would be probably check their credit, right? Credit. Step two would probably be know how much value of a home they can have. So they will go by the bank. Step three would, not after they got the bank letter for how much home they can have. Step three would be contact a realtor. And step four would be how much type of home they would have based on the family size and so on. But the checklist help them they can check off the different steps that they need to make. So now the reason after they have that checklist, that's step three of contacting a realtor. When they're done with that checklist, it should easily have them go into the next step. But truth of the matter is, that checklist lead them to call that realtor who created that checklist, which in this case would be you. So you want to make sure again that whatever your opt-in offer is that generate that lead is something of value. Of value. If you're an insurance agent, you want to offer to people an example of educating them on getting life insurance. What type of product? I have a life insurance, $25 life insurance educational course that I offer for $25, just teaching them what is life insurance, like, and the different type of products. So I just went over a simple term life and a simple whole life and a simple IUL. And then they choose a path of where they want to go. So then based on their situation. So again, just offer a simple thing that give them a broad perspective of what things are, then where they are based on what the options that I gave them. Then we can have a conversation about what the next step is based on what they choose and what I offer. So again, these are just example that your opt-in has to match what the next step you want them to do. Some of the things you want to brainstorm when you're creating a killer offer in order to generate that lead to capture their attention. You want to think about what value can you offer people and choose one specific problem to tackle. So you're going to provide via a piece of content that would give them a quick win and 3 tips that will provide to them. 3 tips. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. So that's number 1 is when we're talking about how to generate leads, you want to have a lead magnet. You want to have your system with a lead magnet that creates a killer opt-in offer. And then when you're providing to them, what information can you provide to them? How will the offer benefit your audience? These are all the things that you want to ask yourself. And which format will your audience use? Will it be a checklist? Will it be a swipe file? Will it be a template? These are all the things that you want to ask yourself. And again, I have this planner, how to add 100 plus new subscriber to your list. So if you're driving, if you're taking note, and you're like, Sherry, oh my God, I'm at work, I'm listening to you, you're dropping so much gems, but I can't grab it. That's okay. I got it. I got you covered. Just go to the show notes and it will be right inside of our show notes. You ain't got to worry about that. I got you covered. So that's 1, creating an irresistible opt-in offer that will get people to say yes to you. That's one way to generate leads. And that's a killer way. And I love that way. The second way that I love to generate leads is one of my favorite way is BOPA, borrow other people audience. Borrow other people audience. And notice when I said the opt-in offer, let me go back. Number 1, outside of paying for the system, outside of paying for the sales flow, outside of paying for that, your opt-in offer, there's no money there. You can create that. You can for free, right? So you're borrowing other people's audience. That's another thing. Borrow other people's audience means I'm just showing you some cost-effective way. So borrow other people's audience is when people ask you to speak on their stage, be on their panel, come on their podcast, speak in their Facebook group. All of these places where you're being asked to be visible, that's an opportunity to generate leads. All of these places is an opportunity generated. And some of you are saying, oh, Sherry, but I am going to these places and I'm not generating leads. That's because that's why you need to be in the masterclass. Like, I hate to plug it, but I have to plug it. I love to plug it because borrowing all the people audience, when people ask you to come and show up to their event, that's teaching you that's giving you the opportunity for people to see you as an authority, talk about what you do. So borrowing other people's audience is a second way of you being able to generate leads, because they get to, again, position yourself as an authority. You get to talk about what you do. So it's not about you losing clients because you're not showing up. You're losing clients because you don't know what to say when you show up. You're the reason why I created a How to Get People to Say Yes to You Masterclass. Okay, so borrowing other people's audience. Number three, the next way of how to generate leads is if you're not getting called on podcasts, if you're not getting called on showing up, if you're not getting called on these platforms, then guess what? You do what I did when I wasn't getting a call. You create your own stage. You create your own stage. You create your own show. How do you do that? You create your own Facebook group. You create your own podcast. You create your own YouTube channel. You create your own space. When I wasn't getting called on these spaces because people didn't know who I was going live teaching my expertise. I created my own Facebook group. I taught my clients how to create their own Facebook group. And inside of my paid program, I showed them what to say, how to craft their signature message inside of my paid programs. So that's what you need to do. So you create your own stage, monetize your own stage where you can be seen as an expert. So if you're saying, Sherry, I'm not getting called on podcasts, I'm not getting called on Facebook group, I'm not getting called these calls that you're talking about. No one is inviting me to be a keynote speaker. Okay, great. That's good. That's okay. Because you get the opportunity to create your own space. And as you speak on these platforms, as you speak on your own space, your own stage, when I say stage, your Zoom is a stage. Your going live on Instagram is a stage. Your Facebook group is a stage. So you get to create your own stage. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that powerful that you get to create your own stage? And what does that do for you? That helps you to be able to practice speaking and getting better at communicating. It builds your communication skills. Get you better at speaking and articulating your message. Getting you better to be more confident when you speak. Right? So you create your own stage. And more importantly, people see you as an authority and start calling you to come to their stage because they see you showing up. That's what happened with me. Okay, nobody's calling me. I'm going to create my own stage. I'm not going to wait. And then that's when the calls start coming in. Because I didn't wait for people to call me. I started believing in myself, again, that embodiment, and people started calling me when they see me. I didn't wait on a call. And then so you're creating your own stage, and that's number 3. And number 4, another way to be able to do that is, which goes back hand in hand, I want to talk about, along with you creating that stage, people are excited to work with you and listen to you. But along with them being so excited to work with you, you're missing out on leads if your social media is not set up to get leads. Now, I did a whole presentation. I did a whole 5-day challenge on this. Is your social media set up to get leads? And what I mean by that is it set up to get leads? Now I have to hurry up because we are at 30 minutes. So this is longer than I wanted to be, but it's so good I couldn't stop. Okay. Let's talk about Facebook. Your Facebook profile page, the header of your Facebook profile page. So your Facebook header profile page. I told y'all this was a masterclass. Y'all thought I was playing, right? Okay. You thought I was playing? This is a whole masterclass. Your Facebook profile page looks something like this, right? And it's a square, and then in the square there's a circle of your image, of your face, right? So on that square I call that your landing page, on your personal page. On that landing page, you have the ability to I call it your billboard. You have the ability to market your offer with a link, to press a button or a link for them to click on it to get to something, to get to your offer. So on your personal page and on your business page, you can create a design of your offer. So you can go to my itssherry.com, itssherry's Facebook page, itssherry at all platforms on Facebook or Instagram, or Facebook page or business page, and you can see mine. I call that your billboard, and you can lead people to click on the background of your timeline, your background of your billboard, of your landing page, of your Facebook, and they click on that. That's one page where you can put in a link to a URL website, and people click on that and to go to your lead magnet that we just talked about in number 1. So you can, again, on your Facebook page, on your personal or your business, you have the opportunity to put on there and promote an image of something that you're selling. You can do that for your Facebook group. You can do that for your Facebook page. And you can do that for your Facebook business page. So those are 3 opportunities for you to provide that same lead magnet that we just talked about in step 1. On top of that, inside of your bio, all your Facebook bio is another place where you can drop that same URL. Whew. Inside of your highlighted Facebook group have an image at the top where you can highlight whatever the thing that you want the group to see that day. And on top of that, your Facebook profile page also allows you to highlight a particular post that you want them to go to that day. So your bio, let's go over that. Your Facebook bio, that's an opportunity for you to drop a URL. Your Facebook post is an opportunity for you to drop your URL. The post. That's an opportunity to drop your URL. Your Facebook group allow you to have like 3 or 4 highlights. You can have 3 or 4 highlights in your Facebook group. Sometimes I'm sleeping at night and somebody opt into my Facebook group, and I look at my email list, and my email list is grown because somebody clicked on one of these. Your Instagram bio, people have the opportunity to opt in there as well. Now, I saved the best for last. Listen, if this is good, if this information that I'm giving you about how to add 100+ new leads to your email list in 30 days, if this information is good, all I need from you is for you to comment and subscribe to my podcast. That's all I need from you, to comment, subscribe below to this podcast. That's all I need from you if you're getting all of this good jams. But the number one way out of all the things I told you about the website, about borrow other people's audience, about your different locations on social media that can drop your link and leave your Facebook group, all of the different things that I have shared with you that I have used to grow my list, the number one thing that have worked for me and continue to work for me, the number one thing that have drive more leads than anything else, the number one thing for me is a free masterclass. Yes, you heard that right. A free masterclass, a free webinar, masterclass, whatever you want to call it, it's the same thing. Free masterclass to explode your list, your know, like, and build that know, like, and trust factor. Let's step away from opt-ins for a moment and explore how free masterclass can explode your list as well. See, people love videos because this medium is the closest thing to seeing you in person. Your audience members don't have to travel or leave the comfort of their home to see you in action. They will see your face, hear your voice, and learn about your coaching style. Couple those things with a powerful message, and you'll have people eating out of the palm of your hands in no time. With a free webinar or masterclass, you ask for registration ahead of time, similar to talking about a head count or reserving your seat, because not all webinars platforms are the same in terms of numbers or attendees that allow. So you're presenting a fabulous webinar topic and directing those interested in your masterclass registration to your landing page, where they enter their email address to receive the reminders as the date get closer to receiving the link to your webinar. Webinar attendees are often more motivated to do the work and implement the tips and discuss it in your webinar because they're willing to give up an hour of their time to hear you speak. Do I need to go any further? I mean, talk about speaking forever. You're speaking to their pain point and offering a solution, so you have their undivided attention. They don't want that time waste, so be sure to deliver an actionable step that they can follow immediately. So allowing them to interact with you in real time is not only one of the fastest way to build know, like, and trust factor with your audience, but it's also super valuable for them because they're more likely to actually do the work and get quick wins. Also, remember that once the live webinar is recorded, it's very easy to set that up as an on-demand evergreen webinar that you can continue to promote year around. So, can I tell you right now, whether you're doing a webinar or masterclass, same thing. I do a 90-minute masterclass on Tuesday at 11. Now you see why I stress about masterclasses and challenges so much, because it builds such a great relationship with people. I love learning new people. Every week I get to see new people I've never met before, learn them on the internet, get to know them. And not only am I pouring my value into them, I get to know about them. I get to talk with them. I get to find out more about who they are. So using a masterclass / webinar has been a game changer for me to growing my email list. And one of the questions I get all the time, Sherry, I want to do a webinar, but I don't know how to do a webinar, or I have done it and it has not converted. And I don't know what to say when I get on the webinar. Well, I'm answering you two things. I'm showing you what to say and how to do it. So how do you do that? First step is to come to how to get people to say yes to your masterclass, and we'll show you how to do that. And for you sticking around today, I'm going to drop inside of our group how to add 100 new subscribers to your email list. It walks you to how to do a webinar. It walks you through that. So you have that as well. But if you're looking to grow your list fast, I want to challenge you to say, I want to do a masterclass. I want to do that. I want to grow my list fast. I want to cut through all the red tapes. I want to do it. I want to do it right now. I want to challenge you to do that. Now, We talk about how to build your email list. We talk about that. But in my next podcast with you, I'm going to talk about, well, how do I convert it? Now that I know how to build it. Now you don't show me 5 ways of how to do it, Sherry. How do I, well, we're going to talk about that next time. We'll talk about that next week. We're going to talk about that. So stay tuned for that. Where you can join me in my next webinar. We already went over a little bit more than we wanted to. But again, this is a full masterclass on how to build your email list so your pipeline stay full. Until next time, it's your girl, Sherry Summers, and I see you on my next masterclass. Have a great day. Be blessed.